Wait, so you say it like King Dedede?
Like, like, or how?
Isn't it like King D? It's like
No, it's
Big
like
D.
Dedede,
DD.
isn't it?
Dada. Oh, it's Dada.
Yeah,
it's totally
yeah,
Dada.
Yeah,
We all know
King
this.
Dada, yeah.
Coco Smashcast and King Dedede.
No, so it's Dedede.
Something like that.
Okay, I think I got this. So let's record the vid. Hey guys, Smashcast here. I'm AG and
PJ.
and we're gonna do some really cool thing today. It's called an analysis. I can't believe it. We haven't done it for like all of the characters that have been released. Rosalina, Zelda, we've missed like almost every
Rosalina,
character.
that we should have done that. That was kind of important.
Yeah,
but,
it was. Oh, and remember that Martha one? Guys, I'm so sorry. That was right when I stopped doing all that like light flashing thing. When I stopped doing like the super complicated like game theory kind of edits, where I had to like do an edit all the time. Because do you know how long that takes? It takes forever. So that Marth analyst is still saved on my laptop.
Do you actually have it?
I'm not even joking. I still have it, and I have the thumbnail.
Upload it. Okay, anyway.
But I haven't finished editing it.
All right.
Anyways, getting back on topic, I just cut myself. That hurts. And King Dedede was announced today. If you haven't seen our Smash screenshots that Hyrule Legends did, or if you haven't seen what PJ did, our announcement video. And I'm sorry we're kind of late. We have school, and we have a life. I'm sorry. Okay, thanks. I had to just get that off my chest. And, King Dedede is announced, which, if you've seen our possibly confirmed video, I changed the title because now he's confirmed. And, of course, now we know he's confirmed. And I was right, guys. So, like, the Toon Lane prediction was wrong. Everyone was wrong about that, but I was right about the King Dedede. So, I made up for that. But if Rob comes in, I'm never going to forgive myself. I'm never going to forgive anything. But, so tomorrow, Triple Deluxe releases in Japan, but we've been getting some gameplay footage from some of the Japanese, events that they have over there, and they've been showing it off, so that's kind of cool. I'm pretty sure Nintendo Domination has done some gameplay footage of Triple Deluxe, so if you want to check that out, you should. And it's since Sakurai doesn't post any screenshots or pictures or anything during the weekends, of course they have to release it one day early. So was this a big surprise to you? I'm assuming it wasn't, was it?
Not really.
Yeah, because when you made the prediction video, it wasn't big at you. And plus, since he's not a newcomer, he's a veteran, so it's like,
We always knew this, yeah. He was coming.
And when SSB4 was announced and we started doing the channel, I kind of had my own list of characters that, I knew that were going to be in the game. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then, first of all, we're going to start looking at his, what he looks like. So, do you want to compare him to Brawl?
Yeah, so in Brawl, he looks a lot different from SSB4. Like, the SSB4 version looks much more HD and everything. And, yeah, it's just looks a lot different. I was really surprised when I saw the picture of him. I was like, wow. So, what do you think?
Yeah, especially as you see on the screen right now, he has his eyes completely changed. Like, they're super cartoony, where before they were not like as cartoony, they were more realistic. And of course, like every other character, he's got more refined details, like on his belt and stuff and different things. And the fur looks so realistic, but it's mainly that he got a lot lighter, and he doesn't look as dark, like especially the gold that's on his hat. That really changed. And of course, since Triple Deluxe is the latest Kirby title to be released, obviously he gets that look. You can see his eyes are kind of like, it's a stretch between Brawl and this one, but just because the clothing and everything, he does get exactly from Triple Deluxe. So that's the model he has. And right before we start, just unless you're like didn't know this before, I just want to point out that he's a penguin, by the way. Just gotta remember that. Just telling you. One thing I want to note is that the nose, compared to Brawl, you could easily see the nose, where this one, it's a lot harder to tell the nose from the beak. So it's just like, you can't really tell it's a nose anymore. It's more of like a mouth kind of thing, and he has like barely any nose. So I don't know, it's kind of better for worse, I guess. I really like how he looks, and we're gonna start talking about the screenshots here. So right before the screenshots start, I want to say that King Dedede is like one of the most emotional characters in the game. He has seen a romance. He has seen a soap opera. He has been in the mood for this. Because Zelda's like just like mad all the time. Some aggro person who got like rage killed by some hacker on Mineplex. And I don't know. And or Call of Duty, whatever, whichever one you know better. And other people like Luigi has like his Luigi's Mansion, like where he's really scared, which and those are really the only emotions other than Villager, which is Vulcan, because every time he gets hit, except for I can't remember which trailer, or screenshot. There was one screenshot that proved, I think it was with Donkey Kong, that Villager does change an expression. Because I remember when the trailer came out, Villager had no expression. It was so creepy. He just stares you in the eyes. He's smiling even when he gets hurt. Like, does that make sense?
Not really.
I know, right? So, I'm thinking, just because King Dedede, they're probably just doing the expressions and they're adding it later on, because as we saw, the Villager expressions, the lack of it wasn't probably because of his character. It was probably most likely because we saw him get more expressions later on, and other characters get deeper expressions, probably just because of time, that they're just adding those little details in now. So because Luigi came out first, so we saw him scared, then Zelda was more like, I guess you could say, more HD kind of like emotions, because they were really easily to see on Luigi, where Zelda was a lot more detailed and refined. And King Dedede has a range of emotions, which probably just happens with every character, but it just comes with time of the animations. But also King Dedede's a very like playful character compared to a lot of the other guys. And first of all, the first screenshot we see here is his Super King Dedede's jump, and when he's falling from it, just lolling and saying YOLO. Then the second picture, he's sweating, which could possibly be like that he charged up something or something, and he's really tired now, and he's just like, it could be something cool down from something. I don't know exactly, or just a random hit or just close up, but most likely just some cooldown. That's why he's sweating, which is really nice detail.
Or a pose, maybe. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it could possibly, but I don't know. Then, of course, this screenshot, we see he's just standing and fat belly. It's mainly just to see him on the battlefield stage and nothing really interesting. Then this is one of my favorites. Like, you can see that HD Villager. He looks a lot more HD than he did in the original game, so you can see those little refining. And you can see the little shadow from his hair to his head. It looks really nice. Even that little leaf on his hammer there. So King Dedede has his like eyes, like he's like kind of boss, and then Villager is just trying to look inside his hammer for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
Or he's getting hit.
Yeah, I know, but that's actually his like forward hit, where he just kind of like hits you with his hammer and spins it.
Yep.
Which comes from Brawl. Pretty much everything from King Dedede stays the same from Brawl, but it's really cool there. And then the last one that I'm gonna say is when he falls completely down, when he just hits the ground after a Dedede jump. So before we saw him floating and just falling from it, and now he's like actually hitting the ground and doing some damage, just like in Brawl.
All right.
And then PJ's gonna continue here.
Yep. So the next 5 screenshots. The first one is him using his jet hammer attack against Fox, which it looks like Fox is using his recovery move, which stays the same from Brawl, obviously. The next screenshot is Um, looks like a shield break to me. It's because he has stars around his head, and yeah. Next screenshot is his taunt from Brawl still. He's just laying on the ground, and Wii Fit Trainer is looking at him, and yeah. Next screenshot is the Wii Fit Trainer hitting King Dedede, and his surprised face, which looks kind of weird. And the last screenshot of King Dedede is a pose with Zelda and Peach from the 3DS version.
Yeah, I love that one where he's lying down. Same taunt from Brawl. It looks really nice, and it looks amazing in HD, which is kind of funny. So, just any final thoughts about King Dedede?
King Dedede, I thought he was going to be in the game, considering he was in Brawl. The Triple Deluxe release makes sense. People thought Meta Knight was going to be in the game when Triple Deluxe is coming out on the 11th of January in Japan, and I'm pretty sure we would have seen a gameplay trailer of Meta Knight by now. Yeah, maybe a Japanese trailer, not really sure, of Meta Knight by now, but people still think he's going to be in the game, so I don't really know. So yeah, King Dedede, I think he would be a good character. He would be improved from Brawl because Sakurai said he's going to try to balance the characters.
And he's been doing that really well with Bowser, as he's been saying in and Donkey Kong and other characters.
Yep.
And like PJ said, yeah, Meta Knight hasn't been shown in the trailer. I actually haven't seen the gameplay footage, so you might want to comment down below if you have seen it, and if Meta Knight's in it. But we haven't seen Meta Knight in the game so far from what I've seen, and it kind of shows that Meta Knight's not going to be announced then, but we are going to see him because, after all, Sakurai did create Kirby back at Hudson Soft, so it is his series, just like so he will add Meta Knight back. People, you are afraid of having OP characters, but this time around in Brawl, Sakurai, we've seen in what he's been tweeting lately that he's really balancing out the stuff, so you can have some little faith in him now that he's not going to make Meta Knight OP just because it's his own character. And we might see, we have yet to see Knuckle Joe. We don't know if that will happen or not. No, Knuckle Joe is, like, you get it from Knuckle Joe, but Knuckle Joe hasn't been shown in the trailer. It's just the power-up, so there's other characters you can get them from, so Knuckle Joe might not show up, but he could possibly. And we're just gonna like to end it off here, so PJ's gonna end it off now.
So yeah, we have recently made a Twitter, so go follow us. Our Twitter is Smash Podcast, and it will be in the description below. And yeah, so go follow us on that. We'll be posting about, new videos coming out, maybe our predictions, you never know. And
hopefully
yep.
PJ gets around to adding some tweets there. We only have 3.
Shush. Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to put your comments below of what you think of King Dedede being announced. And yeah, so Smashcast signing out. Peace.